Hello, this is Miho from Canada. How are you guys doing? I hope your mental and physical health are good and fit. So today I'm going to talk about the motivation. I get to ask this quite often, how you keep motivated. I was the one who always wondered how people keep motivated. So over the years, I've learned certain ways to keep motivated myself, and I share the two big experience recently that I went through in my own life, how I kept myself motivated, and some of the things might be able to help and implement your own life, or you might have heard already, but this is something that I went through my own life, so that I'd like to share those two experiences. First one is running the marathon. So I used to be just a casual 10-minute runner just to clear my head. I never ever thought of running a race. It wasn't in my library. What is the race? Those are for the top athletes. That's what I thought. Then I decided to run the marathon, and I did. And the second one is I wanted to get into shape, meaning that being healthy and fit and still looking good. And I wanted to see myself in the mirror and say to myself, oh, I like that. So that was my big kind of dream. And so I did start the beginning of this year, 2020. At the 3-month mark, I lost 8.5 to 9 kilograms, about 20 pounds. And then the max, like into 4th month, I was able to drop down to 12 kilograms, which is like translating to 26 pounds. Anyway, so I think when you do something like out of your ordinary life, like set up some sort of goals or do something different, you need to have this clear vision. Clear vision meaning that this is something that you really want to do and something you cannot let go. Something that you just want to achieve. Some sort of drive from inside. And normally, a lot of people do for especially the health, because you don't want to be in a sluggish or out of shape and, I don't know, really bad feeling mode. So they want to change. So it's nice that you have experienced the low level of that same criteria, for instance, the health, so that you're motivated to do something different and better for yourself. So I was like that. At the beginning of this year, I really wasn't feeling good, and I normally don't have that. And I thought to myself, something is not right. I need to do something. Plus, I was running for the marathon training. I do run, yet I was gaining weight. So I just couldn't understand what was going on. And I felt really heavy and sluggish. So I thought, okay, maybe that's the end of life for me running. But I thought, something needs to be changed. So I had this drive to do something different. So I'm going to focus on this health thing first, and then talking about the running after. So when you want this clear vision, you have this drive that this is something I can't let go. I want to achieve it. And this having clear vision is really helpful. Like you could really imagine yourself to be the end results. And you have such an imagination. You don't have to share this to anyone else. You can really play with it in your own head. You could be total model figure to like really, puffed up, like muscle man, or I don't know what it looks like for you, or just be healthy and fit and feeling good in the morning and the whole day the energy lasts. Or maybe the other way around, you've been skinny for so long that you want to have the body that has like good amount of muscle and the coordination. It's not just a stick, it has its own like a body to it. So you want to gain weight, but it's not just to gain weight, but you want to gain weight the healthy way. So you have a different ways of looking at your health. Then when you have this clear vision, that's something you really want in your life, then you will start attracting all those information or people who have the knowledge. And you could do it by yourself, but it's really helpful to have people around who already done this. It's like a leader or the coach or mentor, and also people around you who are having the same motivation, who are looking at the same goal, so that when you are down, you have ups and downs going through this path, and you can talk to each other, you can share the thoughts, and you feel like, oh, I was not alone thinking this way, and you're not progressing the way you think it should be. But when you talk to the others, they're having their struggles as well, so you feel kind of ease, like you're not really rushing yourself, or putting down because you're not feeling you're not gonna get to the end. So it's nice to have the company who have the same vision each other, or the mentor or leader or the coach who've done it and gone through the process, so they lead you, they push you in a way that you need. So that's the motivation builder. So you keep going, momentum is going because of those people around you, and it becomes your routine, so that it becomes your habit, it becomes your daily part of your life. So you start to implementing into your daily life. It's not something really special anymore. Then you occasionally need to rest. You really need to pamper yourself, take a break, because when you keep going all the time, it get really too much, or just you need to really release that tension. Have a glass of wine, or just eat whatever you like, and you just feed whatever you think you like to eat, and you really kind of rest. Resting is really good as well for the body too, so that you can get going for the next time. Also, when you go through the process, you learn things that are not you knew before, so that you start to grow with the experience and the knowledge. Then you start to adjust. You might have this clear vision initially, and like a time span, but maybe you want to adjust it later on. And that's okay, because you really know how you adapt to this new process and a pace that you want to go. Sometimes you feel like you just want to take it easy. Sometimes you feel good, so you want to take a little bit faster. And you want to just take back and totally relax. That's fine too. So you really need to learn your rhythm too. Not comparing yourself to the others who are doing different pace, because they have come from different life and different life experiences. So there's no need to compare, because you're the one who's doing it, and you have your own life experience and a pace. So it's good to have this adjustment. So when you have this leader, or the teacher or coach or mentor, they know the end result's gonna be, because they've been through it, so that they really show you how to go over the struggles or difficulties that you might face. And you feel down, you feel like, oh, I don't think I could do this. But when you have those mentor or coach, it really motivate you to go forward, because they know for sure that's what you're gonna be end up with, because they've been through that process. So it's very nice to have people who have experience through that path in front of you or around you. So this clear vision is something that more like a thermostat in your body. So you have the temperature in your body, and you could set your temperature the way you want. So you set your temperature bar in your body or in your mind, said, okay, this is the boundary that I cannot go down anymore. I cannot, pass this. For instance, so for instance, it's as an example, for the weight, say I set my weight as 60 kilograms. What is that? It's like 130 pounds. Anyway, the number doesn't matter, but that's the bar, that's the thermostat in your body. And when you go over or heavier, you feel like, okay, warning, I need to do something. And then when you go under, you feel okay, doing okay, right? So you need to really adjust the thermostat too. That applies to a lot of things in life too. And for the running, the same thing. Like I had people around me who already done the marathon, so that I start to hear what's like to be in a race, which I never had experienced it before. So kind of you start to collect the ideas and thoughts around it, and for them it's just the normal thing. Not normal, I mean like it's very casual thing. For me, running a marathon is something like so dynamic, and it's like, oh my gosh, like marathon. But for them, like, oh yeah, I've run 20 times already. So this is like nothing really to them. It's just one of the races, right? So you get those relaxed, comfortable ideas about marathon. So you get yourself involved into people around who already done the marathon, experienced it, and that's how you really feel that your mindset becomes like, oh, this is something doable. This is not something like totally out of reach, like only athletes can do this. So that's one thing. And then it became the routine too, because so the runners run, say Monday, Wednesday, so I join whenever I could, depends on my work schedule, and then you go for it. And you have the set time and you have the people waiting, so it motivates you to go. When you're on your own, you look outside, oh, it's raining, it's gray, it's cold, so you have so many excuses not to run. I've been there many, many times, but when you get involved with other partner, that you feel obligated to go, that's another motivation that I use to set myself go out. And once you're out, it's all good. And the crazy people gathering crazy people, and becomes like a normal among those crazy people. So it's not that bad at all. And of course, rest. When you keep going too much and your body gets tired and your mind gets too much, and so it's time you need to rest as well. And if you don't feel like going out, like you really listen to your body, and you could always recuperate later. But as long as you feel okay, I just kept going according to the schedule, and I just did it. It's like a Nike commercial, let's just do it. It's more of that mindset, just do it, get it out of the way. And adjust, of course. Over the years, you learn your own pace, and you learn your body conditions, and also the weather, because we were running outside. The weather condition is different, so that you really adjust according to that fact as well. And like you really need to watch your mood too. If you're super tired, you don't push it because you don't want to over push it to get injured. So you start to learn what your body is like. But to the certain point, I just kept going at it with my schedule. That's how you break down your training. So this is something that you could think about, having a clear vision. When you set the clear vision, so you have this vision, say, I don't know, 6 months ahead of you. It could be a year ahead, it doesn't matter, but 6 months, say, it's easier to work. So, and then at 3 months, where you want to be at, and then breaking down to 1 month, where you're going to be at, and then a weekly base, what do you need to be doing in order to reach that monthly goal, 3 months goal, and a 6 months goal. And then when you break it down, what do you need to be doing this week and dailies. That's how people break it down to achieve your ideal you, the best version of you. And it really helps to keep going, because when you hit the big goal, all of a sudden, and you get overwhelmed because you don't know how you get there, like it's just too much involved in your head. But when you break it down to say 6 months, 3 months at a time, monthly at a time, weekly at a time, same for the weight as well. If you want to hit like minus 2 kilograms in 3 months, so what do you need to be hitting by month from now? So when you break it down to say, so weekly, what do we be doing, right? So we keep eating junk food every day, or maybe every other day, or maybe once in a while, or just change the total eating habit. So you have a different pace of adjusting your ideal condition, and that's how you break it down, so that you feel much ease and it's achievable in your own terms, instead of just giving a big picture. So having a great picture of the vision is great, but when it's too big, you don't know where to start. So you break it down. So for instance, for my running, say the race day is 6 months ahead, and then usually the plan is all break it down by weekly, and then that weekly target is say 40 kilometers to run, and then in order to reach that by the end of the week, how many runs you need to do in that week. So every other day, or sometimes every day in 2 days in a row, 10, 10, 10, 10, or so that's how you break it down. And of course you have life happens, you have an appointment, you have an emergency, you have the family matters, so you always need to have the time for the buffer, something unexpected, and that happens. That's okay, and you can always adjust it later, and you just give yourself room to have a leeway and have a little buffer time. So that's how you motivate yourself and keep going at it, and keep visualizing where you want to be at, and whether it's going or not. Like I decide usually, okay, I commit say 3 months, I commit say 1 week at a time, and then I think about it. So that's how I break it down, and check your own progress accordingly. And that's how I got to run the marathon. This is my 8th time, and of course the body make, getting a fit and still ongoing things, but I'm getting a really good hang of it. Now you can really control the body and the body weight, if you really wanted to. So that's a big thing too. And overall it's life as well. When you have a really big vision, like building the business, or you wanted to have this job, or have a great family life or finance, you need to have a clear vision in your life, what you want to be, what you want to become, what you like to be. And then you break it down to monthly the quarterly, monthly, and weekly and daily basis, because whatever you do will build the week, whatever you do weekly will build the month, and whatever you do monthly will build a year. Whatever you do in a year, that will become your life. So you have a lot of opportunities and to adjust and take a different route as well. So enjoy your life the way you like, and the motivation is something that you could do it, and you have the clear vision, and vision is something that you create in your head, and you can do whatever with your vision. You don't need to really show off, and it's all in your head, and you just go for it. Okay, so I hope this help for a certain way, and see you in the next video.